Welcome to Cosmic Scene with Jill Jardine. I'm your host, Jill Jardine, Masters in Counseling Psychology, professional astrologer, psychic healer, and yogi. Get ready. It's the May 2026 Astrology Forecast, Blue Moon Magic, Scorpio Full Moon and Taurus New Moon, and major planetary shifts. Stay tuned to part 2 of May 2026 Astro Update when I give my zodiac predictions for each sign. Here we are. May 26 is a rare and powerful blue moon month, featuring 2 full moons and major planetary shifts that accelerate transformation, manifestation, and emotional breakthroughs. In this episode, we explore the Scorpio full moon of May 1st, the Taurus new moon on May 16th, and here we go, at month's end on May 31st, the Sagittarius full blue moon, with the Sabian symbol interpretations for all of them, and also stay tuned for key transits shaping communication, relationships, and destiny. Get ready for a month of deep release, grounded new beginnings, and expansive truth as the cosmos activates both Earth's stability, thank goodness, and fire, air, momentum. Welcome to the episode on the Astrology of May 2026. I'm going to share the key dates and astrological activities during the month of May, and then I'll break it down for you. Here are the key dates for May 2026. We hit the ground running with the Scorpio Full Moon on May 1st, also known as the Wesak Moon in certain spiritual cultures, and you're going to hear more about that, so listen up. On May 6th, powerful Pluto retrogrades in the sign Aquarius for 5 months. On May 16th, smack in the middle of the month, is the Taurus New Moon. On May 18th, Mars transits into Taurus, and on the same day, May 18th, Venus transits into Cancer. May 20th, Sun transits into Gemini, and on May 31st, we have that once-in-a-blue moon event with the Sagittarius full moon. So May rolls in with momentum because a week before, approximately on the 25th of April, Uranus shifted into Gemini. So we're rocking and rolling into May and hit that full moon on May 1st. May is not a subtle month. It's a cosmic bridge between stability and acceleration, grounding the rapid changes initiated by outer planet shifts earlier in 2026. But why is this month so memorable? A memorable May. Because it's a blue moon month. We begin and end May with a powerful full moon. The first one is the Scorpio full moon, and we end with the Sagittarius full moon on May 31st. This creates an energetic container of release, reset, and expansion. So we could look at May as a portal month. And thank goodness we have all the Taurus, Taurus sun, and then we'll have Mars going into Taurus, and then we have the new moon in Taurus on the 16th. So we needed stabilization because Uranus left Taurus, which was holding stabilization for 7 years in some strange ways. But now it's all air and fire. So we really have to use this month of May to ground ourselves and really prepare for what's coming, because soon enough, we're going to have another planetary shift in July when jolly Jupiter goes into Leo. And then it's an air and fire free-for-all. So May is that portal month when we ground into stability, we seek our emotional truth, and then get ready under that Sagittarius blue moon for expansion. So if we were to break it down by these 3 powerful lunar activities, in May, the Scorpio full moon on May 1st will bring opportunities for deep transformation. We get to anchor things on May 16th at the Taurus new moon. We can bring in, and it's the best moon for literally seeding, because Taurus is a planting sign. So we're going to plant all those intentions and new realities, seeding them on May 16th at that Taurus new moon. And then at the month's end, Sagittarius full moon, blue moon, will ignite truth and expansion. And that one will play with the Gemini, Uranus. Sagittarius is harmonious with Uranus in Gemini. Well, it's actually creating an aspect that's an opposition, but it's still going to feed into each other, as it will with Pluto in Aquarius, Saturn in Aries, and Neptune in Aries. So we're going to have a real dance here at the end of the month. And this triple lunar month is a rare cosmic sequence which will push us to release the past, rebuild our foundations, step into a bigger future. Yes, the energy is going to be intense, but if there ever was a time for a breakthrough, it's now in May 2026. Tra-la, it's May, the lusty month of May, that lovely month when everybody goes merrily astray. That's my version of the lusty month of May from Camelot. Okay, so let's break it down. This Scorpio full moon on May 1st opens the month with intensity, truth, and emotional transformation. And in astrology, the financial axis is Taurus Scorpio. Taurus is the frugal sign. They're very thrifty and they're very prudent. They're not going to just spend money willy-nilly.
No, I don't think so.
Taurus saves money for a rainy day. Meanwhile, Scorpio knows it takes money to make money, and Scorpio knows that there's got to be a financial flow. And hopefully they've done their scarcity consciousness clearing and are in prosperity consciousness, so they know that as they give, so they receive, and there will be a flow. And don't forget, Scorpio is a water sign, so it's flowing, and then Taurus is an earth sign, sometimes the most stubborn, bullish, symbolized by the bull, where Scorpio is symbolized by the eagle and phoenix rising from the ashes. But they both rule financial aspects in our chart. The second house, money we earn, Taurus. The eighth house, money coming from other means, partners' money, money from things like inheritances and the such. So the Scorpio full moon lights up the financial axis. So that means that we're probably going to have some big news in the financial markets. And that includes crypto. I have done some consulting for crypto in the past years. Back starting in 2021, I kind of got away from it, but crypto has been doing crazy things these days, Bitcoin cryptocurrency. And I saw that it would probably have a down cycle at that full moon. There's going to be something that comes up. Maybe it's a global event that feels restrictive financially. But on the other end of the spectrum, yes, it's the financial full moon. And then the polar opposite one always happens at the end of October or early November, when it's Scorpio sun with Taurus moon, and that usually triggers something financially. But personally, it's a time of transformation. And then there's the spiritual component of the Scorpio full moon that always occurs when the sun is going through the sign Taurus. So it's the Wesak Moon. And this year, the Scorpio Wesak Moon arrives on May 1st at 1:23 a.m. Eastern Time, which brings heightened spiritual energies. And if you sit back and listen, I'll tell you a little bit about the Wesak Moon and the philosophy behind it. It's celebrated by Buddhists and other religious groups. A lot of esoteric groups celebrate the Wesak. And actually, I've realized that some Buddhist groups actually celebrate it at the Sagittarius full moon. So they'll be celebrating it at the end of the month. I think it has something to do with Vedic astrology versus the Western, because it would be in Taurus sun, but the moon would be in Scorpio. In the Vedic astrology tradition, it would be, what we have as the Sagittarius full moon this year. So, but for all intensive purposes, and going with the Theosophical Society's version of the Wesak Moon, the full moon in Scorpio, Eastern calendar, it's a time when we can use the heightened spiritual energies available at this lunar celebration to seed the new earth Wisdom and enlightenment seep in during the Wesak festival, including the 2 days before. So in this case, it'd be the 29th and 30th of April, the day of May 1st, and the days after the May 1st full moon, which would be the 2nd and 3rd. So what should you do? Chant, eat, pray, love, and perform a special ritual. According to Lucis Trust, which is from the Theosophical movement, quote, humanity's cooperative efforts to invoke the energies of light and love can be given a tremendous impetus by working together in meditative and invocative prayers at the time of the Wesak festival. The Wesak festival is really a 5-day period of time at the full moon, the 2 days preceding the full moon, the day of the festival itself, and the 2 succeeding days called the days of dispensation. The exact hour of the full moon itself is of tremendous importance because at that moment, the sun and earth stand in unimpeded alignment. At this time, it is as if a door stands open between the spiritual hierarchy and humanity, which can make possible great expansions in consciousness, expansions which are not possible at other times of the year. So remember, the exact time is May 1st, 1:23 a.m. So you'll have to wake up if you're on the East Coast. Or you'll stay awake because that means it's on the 30th at like 10:23 in Pacific time. In her book, Externalization of the Hierarchy, Alice Bailey writes, quote, at the time of the Wesak festival, I would call your attention to the fact that the annual return of the Buddha to bless his people everywhere and to convey the message of wisdom, light, and love to humanity, coming as he does from the very heart of deity itself, is the outer evidence and guarantee of inner divine guidance and revelation in this present world cycle of 2,500 years. Year by year, Buddha returns. For a brief minute, he reminds us that God exists and ever loves, that he is not unmindful of his people, that the heart of the universe is unalterable compassion, and that humanity is not alone, end quote. So it's the Buddha. It's the Buddha full moon. My Sanskrit mantra teacher, Thomas Ashley Farran Namadeva Acharya, describes the Wesak ceremony as such. Quote, in a secret valley in the Himalayas, the Christ presides over a ceremony in which a large crystal bowl is filled with water, awaiting the coming of the Buddha at the exact moment of the full moon. When that blessed moment arrives, the Buddha appears in a brilliant golden globe of light, hovering over the assembled masses of saints, sages, and spiritual teachers in and out of body from all world's religious traditions. The Christ chants a secret mantra over the bowl of water, which serves as a signal for the Buddha to disperse the great outpouring of spiritual energy and light which everyone receives. Finally, the spiritually charged water from the bowl is distributed to all who have gathered, consummating the purpose of the gathering. The assembled teachers and healers then return to the places from which they had come to continue their work fully charged. So do take some time on the full moon and during that 5-day window to celebrate. There are mantras such as Om Namah Shivaya, Om Mani Padme Hum. And there's a prayer that comes from the Theosophical and Alice Bailey's writings called the Great Invocation. It is very powerful when said at the Wesak Full Moon Festival. I will put it in the show notes. Here is the Great Invocation. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. So remember, this was written several hundred years ago. They use men. That's the original version. You can say the hearts of human or humans and substitute men for human. Okay, the full moon on May 1st, what's the Sabian symbol? It's a drowning man rescued. It occurs at 11 degrees Scorpio. So the symbol at the full moon on May 1st speaks to emotional rebirth, being saved from overwhelm, a turning point where help or awakening arrives. So, what does that mean? This is a karmic clearing portal. You may feel pulled into deep emotional waters, but the purpose is liberation. The energetic themes of the Sabian symbol is letting go of control, revealing hidden truth. It's also going to expose power dynamics in relationships. There can be emotional breakthroughs as Scorpio energy pushes us to feel everything fully and transform it. So this full moon sets the tone for the month of May. And remember, you cannot carry old emotional baggage into the future that's coming for you. So we do have time to absorb the intensity of the Scorpio full moon, which will probably, as I said, play out in the financial world because it activates the Scorpio and Taurus polarity, which is the financial axis in astrology. We get half the month to integrate the fallout of this full moon, kicking up May madness. On May 6th, Pluto retrogrades in Aquarius, where we get to revisit our transformational process and look at what is dying or leaving our lives and perhaps rebirth ourselves. Pluto is the planet of death, rebirth, and transformation, so its retrograde subtly affects our relationship to slow-moving changes taking place in society. Pluto retrograde allows time for the population to integrate big shifts in situations and consciousness. Sometimes groups of people will wake up to the power plays that the governments, military, media, or other groups who hold power have implemented in a population. Pluto backspins once a year for about 5 months at a time. When Pluto retrogrades, those born during the sign it is retrograding through, in this case Aquarius, as well as Scorpios, who are naturally ruled by Pluto, are impacted. Hi there, this is Jill Jardine, host of Cosmic Scene with Jill Jardine, and I have some news for you. Some of you know that I have a book that's published called Sacred Sound Formulas to Awaken the Modern Mind, Sanskrit Mantras to Raise Your Vibration. Well, now I have the companion oracle cards for Sacred Sound Formulas to Raise Your Vibration. You're going to have a lot of fun with these. You pull a card, you get the mantra that will help you at whatever moment you pick the card, and so much more. So make sure you go online and order yours now, JillJardine.com. So after the astro activity in early May, as I say, we get to integrate until the next big astrological event in May is the Taurus New Moon, occurring on May 16th at 4:01 p.m. Eastern Time. So mid-month, everything shifts. This new moon grounds us. Phew. After Scorpio's emotional purge and invites stability, manifestation, and material alignment. It occurs at 26 degrees Taurus. The new moon is at 26 degrees Taurus. The Sabian symbol for it is, quote, a vast public park. This symbol represents abundance and shared resources, peace, beauty, and grounded expansion. Creating something sustainable for the collective and create something sustainable for yourself while you're at it. It's an excellent moon for seeding intentions and really getting clear what you want to manifest in your life. And it can enhance financial growth and stability. There's some rebuilding after that emotional purging of the Scorpio full moon. And we really have to look at what are our values and how do we feel about ourselves? What's our self-worth? And do they make sense? Do they align? And as I said, plant those long-term seeds. So that Taurus new moon is a breath of fresh air. Get out and breathe the air, walk the earth, embrace a tree, embrace yourself, and feel yourself as the conduit between heaven and earth.
Amen.
At the Taurus new moon on May 16th. On the heels of the Taurus new moon, Messenger Mercury moves home to Gemini on May 17th. So things will get fast. Communication speeds up rapidly. People want to talk. Information flows quickly. Everybody's curious. There's lots of opportunities for networking and mental stimulation. And the Mercury in Gemini is going to align with Uranus in Gemini. So there's going to be lots of action, downloads, breakthroughs, focus on building money and physical stability so people can walk their walk and talk their talk. There's going to be slow but powerful momentum. Thank goodness we've still got Taurus anchoring all this. And then on May 18th, Mars moves into Taurus, helping with that stabilization of the urgency and volatility. So the action does become grounded and deliberate, and there's more focus on money. Show me the money, honey. Physical stability. That same day, May 18th, very busy astro day as Venus vibes into the arms of comfort in Cancer. Emotional sensitivity increases. There's a focus on home, family, and nurturing relationships, the desire for security in life, and focusing on the national security as well. So Mars is shifting into Taurus and Venus into Cancer. They're going to be totally harmonized. So we've got some more earth and water to stabilize all that air and fire. Then, speaking of air, on May 20th, Gemini season begins. The sun moves out of steady grounded Taurus into the social and quick-witted sign of the Twins. Gemini is an air sign, which means energy will move from our lower chakras to our higher chakras, and joining Uranus already in air in Gemini and harmonizing with Pluto in Aquarius and the fire harmony of Saturn, Neptune. Yay, the sun for the next week will have a party. This will fuel our creativity and our desire to share. Gemini season, a great time to focus on communication. But remember, it's a dual sign. It's a double sign, so it can be duplicitous. Don't believe everything you hear. And even when it comes to our body, we are a soul, but we also have a physical body. This is the nature of the Gemini twins. One twin is mortal and the other is immortal, representing our temporary body and our forever soul. Mental stimulation, communication, and social energy will rise. It will be a very social time, and get out there and connect. On May 22nd, the Sun and Uranus are conjunct. It's one of the most electric days of the month. So there'll be a lot of interesting developments in the news. Expect to receive yourself sudden insights or breakthroughs. There can be shocks, changes, awakenings, unexpected happenings. I mean, I've been predicting this all along, but I think with Uranus going through Gemini, and then once the sun gets there from May 20th on, we're going to hear a lot of shocking news. And I also have predicted a lot of people are going to be dying suddenly out of the blue. It's already been happening as we go into May, but it's going to be accelerated because there's people who don't want to be in their body during these volatile yet, turbulent, but from a higher perspective, exciting and transformative time. So a lot of people will be leaving at the toward the end of May. It's a quantum leap moment. And then from May 19th to the 23rd, we have a galactic gateway opening. Things get really trippy as the Alcyone gateway and the Pleiadian gateway are activated. The Alcyone gateway is activated by the sun aligning with the star Alcyone, one of the major stars of the Pleiades. Alcyone could be defined as the feminine version of Sirius. If Sirius is our spiritual sun, then Alcyone can be our shadow sun, the sun that shines a light on all that deeper, darker stuff we have to wade through in order to reach new levels of spiritual awareness. These shadows are our fears and repressed emotions. These shadows are also the feelings of shame we may possess around ourselves and our lives. Exposing and bringing these into the light is always possible, but under the influence of the Pleiades, we may feel divinely supported and guided to do this work. The Pleiades are also strongly connected to the spirit world and may help us to connect with loved ones who have passed. So get ready to tune in to the Alcyone sun alignment, which is going to be exact on May 20th to 21st, 2026, which harmonizes and aligns with the sun entering Gemini on May 20th. So there'll be a shift into air and mental activation. And then the sun conjuncting Uranus on May 22nd, sudden awakenings, downloads, breakthroughs. That makes the 2026. And don't forget, Uranus is also there. So Uranus will amplify a psychic insight, technological and cosmic downloads, and sudden awakenings or aha moments.
Aha.
It's the Alcyone Pleiades Gateway isn't a formally defined transit in traditional astrology. But what is it? The Alcyone Pleiades Gateway is when the sacred star cluster, the Pleiades in Taurus, which is associated with higher consciousness, cosmic downloads, and galactic awareness, is activated. Alcyone is considered the central spiritual sun of this cluster in esoteric traditions. When the sun aligns with this point, many believe it opens a gateway of heightened frequency, intuition, and light codes. So, you're going to want to work with this. You can meditate or journal. Again, the whole window is from May 19th to May 23rd. Spend time under the night sky. Practice grounding. This is very high frequency energy. Set intentions for mental clarity, communication, and higher guidance. The May 2026 Alcyone Gateway is not subtle. It's electric, awakening, and fast moving. With Uranus involved, this isn't just about gentle spiritual insight. It's about sudden realization, truth, downloads, and accelerate evolution. So what do you need to receive? What do you need to receive? What do you need to look at? I can predict that people's telepathic, their psychic, synchronicities will abound during this time because this Alcyone Gateway is electric, awakening, and fast moving. So be open to receive. It's going to come through louder and faster. So a month of exciting activity. The cherry on top is the once in a blue moon event with the Sagittarius Full Moon on May 31st. The month closes with a second full moon, making this a blue moon, a rare amplification of energy and manifestation. And it occurs at 10 degrees Sagittarius. There's a reason they say blue moons are rare, because strange things can happen. So pay attention to what's going on in your life for the 2 days leading up to it on the 29th and 30th of May, the exact day, the 31st of May. And then the first few days into June, the 1st and 2nd, there can be some fallout. So also notice what kind of intuitions are coming through, what strange knowings are coming to you. Once in a blue moon, things happen. Hey, if you meet somebody during that time in a personal or professional way, there could be a deeper meaning to it as well. And most things that are occurring this time could be a bit out of the ordinary. So the Sabian symbol for 10 degrees Sagittarius, the degree of the full moon in Sag, is, quote, a mother leads her small child step by step. Very powerful. It speaks to guidance and wisdom, spiritual teaching and learning, taking leaps of faith. Truth will be revealed. There's an expansion of belief systems. Opportunities for travel, higher knowledge, and deepening your life's purpose could unfold. We are stepping into a new level of growth. And Sagittarius is the truth seeker. Are you speaking your truth? Are you living an authentic life? Are you connected to all that is? Are you in oneness? The full moon offers opportunities to step into alignment. So breaking it down, the energetic flow of May 2026, we're going to have emotional awakening thanks to that Scorpio full moon, deep transformation, stirring up subconscious, bringing what has been hidden to the surface. And then in the 2 middle weeks, week 2 to 3, it's all about grounding and building under this nice, stabilizing Taurus planets. The Taurus New Moon on the 16th. We can manifest, plant seed, and see tangible results in our life. And then the week at the end of May, the 4th week, is all about expansion and truth under that Sagittarius Blue Moon, propelling us forward into new beliefs and directions. So this is going to be a bridging month. we are going to be accelerated in the second half of the year. So learn how to adapt quickly. And as I've said, discern, discern, discern. Gemini is going to give 2 or more versions of every story. So you need to be anchored within your own truth, because not everything is true. There's so much false narratives out there. So use your discernment, use the Taurian energy to align with your values, and live your life in an authentic, grounded way, and take inspired action. So use these potent planetary energies in May to create your new life. I hope you enjoyed this episode on the Astrology of May 2026. Remember to subscribe to me on YouTube. Download this podcast episode. You'll want to share it. There's so much happening in May. Your friends all need to know. And give us a 5-star review and follow me on YouTube. This is Cosmic Scene with Jill Jardine, sending heightened and accelerating cosmic currents into the quantum field.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.